Hello. Everything I said in my last video about hate on the 16 to 55 was completely wrong. This lens is a travel beast. You know, landscape photography, pretty much anything that involved me traveling around, this lens was attached to my camera. In fact, my sling bag with my smaller 27mm and a couple of other things that I kept in my bag, I just left that in the car and walked around with my X-T5 and this lens attached, you know, with a shoulder strap, and it worked perfectly. It was easy for hiking. I didn't really think about it much. It was raining, it was snowing, and at no point did I ever worry about the weather sealing on my camera or my lens. It wasn't like pouring. It performed so well. In fact, there was one scene in particular where I had been moving around in the dark all morning trying to get to this place where I could go get this image of a lighthouse during sunrise. And so I was driving around in the dark, and I just had no idea that the Olympic Mountains were that close to me. So when I came down this hill to get onto this beach to walk toward this lighthouse, when I turned behind me, my breath was taken from me. And I honestly was so relieved that I had this lens on my camera. This 27mm, which is a 40mm equivalent on a full frame, wouldn't have gotten the image. I needed the full reach of this zoom lens. It's not a huge zoom, right? 55mm, but still it was more than enough to get me the shots that I needed for it. And for the rest of the trip, that was actually the first morning that I was in Washington. For the rest of the trip, all the images that you're seeing were from this lens. I took everything that I'm proud of from that trip with this one lens. So think about that when you're traveling, right? You can take this, or you can take, 4 primes in your bag. I am just thrilled with the images I got when I was in Washington. So the 27mm pancake is still a great idea for your prime lens, for walking around lens, when you're in urban areas, as a companion. And actually, I would say this is the companion. This is your travel lens. This is an amazing piece of equipment. I'm absolutely in love with this lens now. So I'm completely singing a different tune in just a matter of a week, and that's because I got to travel and use it as it was intended, tailor-made for that kind of photography. So I would highly recommend, if you can get a hold of it. I realize it's very expensive, but I bought mine used. I traded in another lens, so I think total cost to me was around $500. That's not as bad as $1,100. So definitely pick it up if you can find it. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.